Yeah, that's kind of frustrating, like, there, Dominic. And basically, like, to give you an idea of what I was talking about, of janky YouTube be janky, basically you'd have to watch the videos that Edmund and I did for the Mario Kart 64 portion of the console tour, where we kept saying janky games janky.
I guess I'll have to find out, no promises on that, but yeah. I don't mean to complain a lot. It's just, you know, I love my YouTube channel. Sure, it's not the best channel of all time, far from it. Especially because my regular videos of the quality on that. But at least I try on that. And, although unfortunately for me, though, I can't do streams on there for real this time. Because the headset doesn't want to work for real this time, even when I press the slider. So I'm gonna have to try to save up for one next year. And I like how I say that because next year, February 2nd or whatever it is, Persona 3 Reload is releasing, and I'm definitely gonna want to get that game. That game probably be my game of the year for 2024.
Yeah, and actually, Dominic, speaking of Persona, I don't think I told you this yet, Dominic, but I beat Persona 5 Tactica not too long ago.
I would like to get Persona 5 Tactica, but I'm just not in a big hurry to get the game right now because all these other games and stuff will that, and plus I do want to try to save up for Persona 3 Reload because it is a remake of Persona 3. I just find it funny how it is a remake of Persona 3, but they're cutting content. They are cutting content from Persona 3 FDS, and they don't even have the female protagonist from Persona 3 Portable. So it's like what? It's a remake of Persona 3. So it's like, why are they cutting content for?
Yeah, sometimes things make no sense.
Yeah, basically, as far as I can tell, they're basing things off of the original Persona 3 back in the days, back in PlayStation 2, where it is based on the original Persona 3, not Persona 3 FDS, not Persona 3 Portable, but they're basing things on the original Persona 3. But if that is the case, that kind of defeats the purpose of a remake. I mean, just look at the Crash N-State Trilogy that released originally on PlayStation 4 back in 2017, where that was a remake of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games, all remade from the ground up, and aside from some issues like the hitboxes, for example, that was a fantastic remake. Well, the Persona 3 Reload, yeah, sure, that might be my game of the year. I still think that for 2024, but at the same time, it's like, why are they cutting content? It's like, it's like, what? Are they going to release the Persona 3 FPS content or the Persona 3, the female protagonist as DLC? I don't know what people over at Atlas is thinking.
And for some reason,
Did we literally just do this track?
we literally just raced on this track.
That's what I just said, like, we literally just did this. Okay, I guess we're not leaving New York just yet. But while on the subject of remakes of...
And by the way, I want to point out that was lucky about I ended up that green shot in the previous rides.
Oh, whilst on the subject of...
But I hope though that Mark did enjoy his time with Persona 5 Tactica because I do know that I'm gonna like that game because unlike the mainline Persona games, it plays like it plays like Fire Emblem. I do love Fire Emblem, so it makes me wonder how I'm gonna like that game.
I mean,
And I didn't really like Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, so I don't know what I'm gonna think. Or Persona 5
And- and I'd like to point out, by the way, Dominic, that Tactica is the first Persona game in the Persona series that I've actually beaten.
Yeah, because that is great to hear, because I do know that you have to be Persona 5 Royal, and as far as I'm concerned, Mark did the first palace, and that was it. But I do hope, though, that we do get back to Persona 5 Royal, well, one of these days, because that game is a fantastic experience, and, it is a good game. It's just, with that game in particular, though, if you want to see the true ending on that, you have to make sure that you do certain social links. You have to do 3 certain social links maximum before a certain date if you want to get the true ending. Which it is indeed possible to do because I have done it before.
Yeah. Well, basically what worked in my favor as far as Tactica is concerned is the fact that the main story only took me about like 20 hours or so to get through.
So I'm gonna assume that Persona 5 Tactica isn't that long of a game, but then again, to be fair, I mean, I'm not saying that your play style is bad, but I'm gonna assume that you might have played on the easiest difficulty setting, which might have toned down the play time.
Yeah, the easiest difficulty setting on that is safety, which is what I did. But even then, I still got. But even with the game on that setting, I still game over at least a couple of times.
I think if I play the game for the first time, I'll probably just do normal for the first go, but if I find it too hard, then I'll probably go on easy.
Yeah.
I just hit a rock right there and I was trying to take a shortcut. I kind of messed up there a little bit.
It's okay.
I wish we could drive like near Phoenix Castle, but then we can't do it. We can't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw on the Nintendo YouTube channel that they have an overview of all 96 tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, including the DLC, which does look pretty cool.
Probably another. I find it kind of pointless to upload, honestly, considering that the final wave released like in October or November, and the fact that they released it now, it's like I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really complain about everything Nintendo does, but to me I find it kind of pointless to upload because it's like, the final wave released last month or the month beforehand. It's like now they decide to give us a trailer. Like, couldn't they have just get that trailer on the release date of the final wave release?
Yeah, it was last month. But I actually think that's kind of actually cool what they did there, because I think it's probably might be their way of maybe trying to get some holiday sales in for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, with all the DLC included, and which wouldn't be a bad idea, considering that this is probably going to be the last holiday season for the regular Switch before we inevitably move on to the successor system probably next year.
Well, there are rumors going around that you can't trust rumors, but there are rumors going around that the next Nintendo system is going to be similar to that of the 3DS. But if that is true, that's cool and all. But hopefully, that if it is like a 3DS type system, hopefully we can actually hook it up to the TV in some fashion. like, I don't know how they're gonna make it work, but, I'm just saying, considering how the Switch is a handheld and a console at the same time, yeah, I think if they were to do another, Nintendo, like a Nintendo 3DS-like system, hopefully we can somehow hook it up to the TV in some way.
And it is,
Some of the rumors are true.
and it is supposed to have a cartridge slot, so, which would basically imply that physical games would still be sold.
Well, hopefully though, I guess we'll just have to find out whatever they do, give us. I guess we'll just have to find out, what Nintendo's next system's gonna be. But I'm going to assume that Super Mario 1000 Year Door Remake is gonna be, the last Nintendo published game for the Switch system, I'm gonna assume, or maybe I'm mistaken.
Well, it could be that, or...
One of the last Switch games could possibly be, but there's still a little bit of time on that before we come down the show.
I mean, it could very well end up being the 1000 Year Door remake, or maybe even the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon port. It really depends on when they decide to release those games.
Yeah.
And they were developing that sort of time for a while, but they had to delay for a while. Maybe it could be that one too as the last Switch game that they could possibly do. Kind of like what happened with Breath of the Wild, when they were developing that game.
Yeah, because...
By the time that came out, it was the last official Wii U game to ever come out, and it was also one of the first Switch games.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not gonna be surprised. Which is why I'm not gonna be all that surprised if Nintendo does this thing to where Metroid Prime 4 is the last, Nintendo published, game for the Switch. But then they release a launch title for the next Nintendo system. I wouldn't be surprised to do that.
Yeah, because from what I remember, Breath of the Wild was a cross-gen release for both the Wii U and the Switch, so I could see something similar happening with Metroid Prime 4, but we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, I mean, if they do it that way, fudge, that was really my own fault there. But yeah, if they do that might mean more sales, for the next Nintendo system. And maybe then, I'm not really into Metroid, so whatever. But maybe that could help boost sales for Metroid, and maybe they can do more Metroid games.
Yeah,
For me, I'm not into Metroid, at all, but for Metroid fans, I'm sure that'll make them happy.
the only problem though is that historically,
Got shocked by the lightning, and then ran over him, and that made me hit split.
yeah, really the only problem though that with what you're saying, Dominic, is that Metroid historically has never been a system mover.
I don't know how Daniel did not go past me there. And even if Nintendo does release their next console, I mean, dare I say, because I love this system, but dare I say, if Nintendo does release their next Nintendo system, like say next year, if they do it, dare I say, I might have to unplug the Wii U and make that sacrifice if I don't want to do it, because, oh wow, okay. I don't just want to do that because I love the Wii U so much, but I can only hook up so many systems to my TV, so
Yeah.
if I have to make that sacrifice, I'll have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I know I already sacrificed my Wii U earlier this year, mainly because, well, one, it wasn't really working correctly, and plus I wasn't even using it anymore anyway, so...
really hope to do this thing as well, where I reach the maximum level on the original Splatoon as well. I'm currently on level 40 right now at this moment at the time of level recording this, and from what I know, the maximum level on that is 50.
You know, I mean, with the Wii U, though, the main reason probably really why I really use the Wii U on that is, because of the, virtual console lineup that is there. Especially Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy Stone. But yeah, I do like the virtual console games that I downloaded on there. And the Wii U, I love the Wii U a lot. It's definitely one of my favorite Nintendo systems of all time. And I don't care what the haters says either. I love the Wii U a lot. I don't care what people say about it, and especially back then when the Wii U was new. Yeah, people can talk bad about the Wii U all they want. Sure, the Wii U is very underpowered. It's like an Xbox 360 or PS3. The Wii U had a fantastic lineup of games for the most part, and it was overall a fun system. Also, funny number, but
And the 69.
Yeah. And one of the things I don't like about the Wii U is the fact that if you want to go to your system settings to delete some games that are on the system memory, you have to make sure that the Wii U gamepad is charged. So you better be hoping that your Wii U gamepad can charge, so then that way you can go to the system settings. Because if your Wii U gamepad does not want to charge, like my other two Wii U gamepads are, how they don't want to charge, you're pretty much out of luck into going to your system settings, and you're not going to delete anything off of the Wii U, which I think is really stupid. You should be able to, go to the system settings without the need of the gamepad.
And it would really mean so much to me if I could make it to the maximum level on the original Splatoon, because I really do enjoy Splatoon so much right here. When I first heard about it, back when they were releasing the original game on Wii U, I wasn't necessarily too hyped for it, but when I saw some gameplay footage for it, it really did look pretty interesting, so that made me want to give it a try, and sure enough, that's when I really fell in love with it. And from where I currently am on the original Splatoon in terms of levels, I still will have to take a little while to get to the maximum level. It's still possible that I can do it. I just have to find some good available time for me to get around to make some progress to get to the maximum level. And I hope I do it with you guys.
I tried to get into Splatoon on the Wii U on the demo, and I just couldn't get into it, probably because of the controls. I don't know about the gameplay, but yeah, I couldn't really get into it, but at least I can say I did try it.
Yeah, and it's only occurring to me now that regardless of what happens in this race, Edmund has an automatic victory.
Well, at least, yeah.
I also want to point out, by the way, that I was such a big fan of the original console from back in the day on the Wii and Wii U right there. I always really loved downloading kinds of retro games on there, because I really liked what they did. I downloaded a very good amount of them from the Wii console on the South channel, but I only downloaded a few of them on the Wii virtual console, because I was mainly used to the Wii virtual console, all because of the fact that I really like the Wii show for them to play sometimes.
Well, the Wii U does have a thing, does have a little preview, whatever things, when you put them up. And I think the only difference on that is that I think the only difference though of the Wii U virtual console Console versus the Wii Virtual Console is the fact that you can use your store points, unlike the Wii Virtual Console where there is none.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I remember, when I downloaded, from what...
On the Wii Virtual Console compared to how it was originally on the Wii.
Yeah, because from what I remember, from when I downloaded Virtual Console stuff for both the Wii and Wii U, from what I remember, I think I had to use Wii Point Shop cards for those because I didn't have a credit card at that time.
Yeah. Although, yeah, I mean, I don't have a classic controller, but yeah, if I would have